See, I always take a shower right before I make these videos, and then my hair is soaking wet at the beginning, and then as the video progresses, my hair dries, and it slowly falls down, and it looks terrible. Anyway, what's going on, guys? It's been a while, so today's video is going to be about 5 signs that a guy is into you. However, I got requested to do a very similar video called 5 signs that a guy wants to kiss you. And I got that request on my previous video that was about 5 mistakes that girls make while kissing a dude, which I did not realize how good that video was gonna do. But I decided, hey, if this video gets 5,000 thumbs up, I will make that video my next video. So if that sounds like something that you would like to learn more about, just like getting a little bit deeper inside of a guy's mind, feel free to give this video a thumbs up down below. And also, if you have a friend who you know has a crush on someone and they don't know if their crush likes them back, feel free to share this video with them because number 1, it shows them, hey, you're a good friend, you're thinking about them, you care. And number 2, it's going to help them out. And also, I guess number 3 would be they could also give this video a thumbs up down below so we get to 5,000 thumbs up even sooner. Now, the first way to be able to tell if a guy is into you is really based on what he is saying. There's 2 ways that you can read a person. It's based on the things they do and the things they say. So this first one is about something that they say. More specifically, it's when he's trying to impress you. Anytime he's trying to brag about himself. Because ever since I moved to Vegas, I've learned that when someone is bragging about themselves, it means one of 2 things. Number 1, he's low-key insecure about himself and he feels like he needs to compensate for a lack of awesomeness in his life in some other area. Or number 2, it means that he likes you and he wants you to know that he's a really cool guy and you should like him because of this awesome thing about himself. And he's just thinking, yo, I'm gonna tell her this awesome thing, even though it's bragging, she's still gonna like it and she's gonna be like, yo, that's so cool, let's fuck. I don't know, something along those lines. But if there's one thing that I've learned since moving to Vegas, it's that the really cool people who have a lot of stuff going on in their lives, they don't brag about it because their life is already cool. And to be honest, they don't care if you like them or not because they already like their own lives and they don't need anyone to like them. And they're very aware that it comes off as cocky if they're just bragging about all these cool things they have going on in their life because they actually have it going on. As opposed to someone who doesn't have it going on, they feel the need to brag about it because, you know, they don't have much going on. But when a guy secretly likes you, even if he is a cool guy, he's not thinking about himself in his own life, he's thinking of ways to get you to like him. So he forgets about how douchey and cocky it might sound to brag about himself and say all these cool things. Even if it doesn't sound douchey and cocky, even if it's just him bragging, he probably forgot because he's more focused on impressing you than just being himself because he likes you and he acts different around you because he gets nervous because he likes you. Did that actually make sense? I don't even know. If it did, let me know. But yeah, no, that's number 1. On to number 2. Now, the next thing a guy will do if he secretly likes you is favors. We do favors for people that we like. Did anyone not know that? The very act of them doing you a favor psychologically makes them like you more on a subconscious level. I actually have this one video that I'm planning on putting out in the future about ways to trick a guy into liking you. And that's like one of the first techniques I talk about in the video because there are specific things that you can do in order to trick a guy into liking you more and more. And if you use a lot of these different techniques, they all start to really add up and then next thing you know, he's like obsessed with you and you don't even know why. And that's actually the first technique that I talk about in that video. So I won't talk about it too much in this video, but if you want to see that video when it comes out, make sure you're subscribed to this channel and that you have notifications turned on. Because in all reality, YouTube might ban that video because they've banned other videos in the past that were on similar topics. Not on my channel, but other people's channels. I've seen it happen. Because apparently it's considered psychological manipulation when you teach certain things on that level and people flag it. So if you want to make sure you see that video when it goes out, turn on notifications so you literally get a notification when it comes on. But yeah, long story short, if someone's doing you favors, that's a good sign that they like you. Whether they like you or not, actually. Especially if it's like a big favor, like a really good litmus test to know how much someone likes you is how big of a favor are they willing to do for you. Like if they're doing you a favor that wasn't really a big deal to them, that's one thing, but if they're going out of their way to help you, that really says a lot about how much they actually care about you. So keep that in the back of your mind next time you ask someone to do you a favor. Now the third way to tell if a guy is secretly into you is really simple. Does he keep the conversation going when the conversation doesn't need to keep going? Like for example, maybe you're talking to him on the phone. Do people even talk on the phone these days? I don't know. You tell me. So let's just say you're on the phone with him, you guys are having a good chat, and then at some point in the conversation you're like, alright, that's probably the end of this conversation. I'm gonna, say goodbye now. And then out of nowhere, he just changes the subject to keep it going, or he asks you another question to keep it going, or there's some sort of silence, and then he's the one that fills the silence. Anytime he does anything like that, you can tell that he is less comfortable with the tension because he cares more. And the one who cares more in the conversation is the one who likes the other one more in the conversation. And the reality of it is that the reason he wants to keep the conversation going is because he enjoys spending time with you. He feels good when he's talking to you. And he doesn't want that feeling to end, so he keeps it going because he thinks, hey, I feel good talking to her, you know, hopefully she feels good talking to me too. Which, by the way, it's way better to end a conversation on a high note than to try and drag it out to the bitter end. Like, if you want a guy to like you, that's just a simple little bonus tip. I know I'm getting off topic, I'll try and stay on course. I know you guys like when I give you these little extra bonus tips though. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I talk about in my daily email newsletter. I don't know if you guys are on that. But yeah, it's called the peak end rule. It's like a psychological term, so if you want to look that up, you can check that out. You guys know how much I love psychology, so, you know, I can't not talk about it. But yeah, the next time you're talking to someone that you like, pay attention to who is filling the dead air more. Who is talking more in the conversation? Is it you or is it them? Are they filling more of the silences or are you? I think that's just something really easy that anyone can start being a little bit more aware of when they're having a conversation. Now, the next thing that a guy will do subconsciously when he likes you, really simple. He'll smile a lot. Like, when you're around someone that you like, guess what? Naturally, you feel good being around them. Serotonin is going through your body, maybe even oxytocin going through your body. All these good, feel-good chemicals, and you just want to smile. If you're not aware of it, you're going to smile more. You're going to nervously laugh more at things that aren't even funny. And you don't have to think about it, it just naturally happens. The same way when you're around someone who you don't like, you naturally think about strangling them and inflicting bodily harm on them in different ways. Is that just me? I don't know. It's just something that naturally comes to your mind. It's involuntary, it's not your fault, okay? It goes back to what I've probably talked about in previous videos. You know, if someone likes you, they'll laugh at your jokes even if you're not funny. And it's not because of what you said, it's because of who you are. Someone else could have said the exact same thing, but they're not gonna laugh the same way because they're not you. That's really what being social is all about. It's not just about the words you're saying, but it's about the way you present yourself, the way that other people see you through the way that you carry yourself, the things you do. In other words, it's not about the words that are being said, it's about going a level up and who is saying the words. Does that make sense? That's when we start getting a little bit more advanced. That's the kind of stuff that I go over with my private clients that make people naturally want to gravitate towards you more and just make you a more attractive person without really having to do anything specifically. Which, by the way, if you've ever wanted to get private advice from me, like we talk on the phone, if that's something you've ever been interested in, that is something that I do. That is how I make my living. YouTube does not pay us very well. We have to make money in other ways, so that's actually what I do full-time now. And so recently I have decided I'm going to take it from being a part-time thing to a full-time thing, where I'm actually taking it very, very seriously. But I only want to work with a few people who are actually really serious about it, so if that's something you've ever been interested in, you can actually reach out to me and we can talk about maybe working together on that. So I do have a few spots that are going to be opening up very soon, so if that's something that you're actually serious about, there's going to be more information in the description below this video. So if that's something that interests you, if you're ready to go to the next level in your own social life, you know what to do at the end of this video. Now, with that being said, the next way to be able to tell whether or not a guy likes you, and you've heard me talk about this in previous videos, because I literally dedicated an entire video to this one way, and that is whether or not a guy gets jealous when he's around you. Because look, if he doesn't have a crush on you, he has no reason to get jealous of you when you're talking about other guys. But if he does like you, low-key, he's probably going to give it away. He's probably not going to want to talk about that for a long period of time. He's probably going to want to change the subject. Now, I do want to warn you, that technique is a little bit evil. It's not necessarily the fun and friendly way to know if a guy likes you. It's a little bit more dark side type stuff, so I did make a video specifically on that, when you should use it, how to use it properly. So if you haven't seen that video yet, I highly recommend you check that video out. I'll put it somewhere on the screen of this video so you can just click it and watch it right now if you haven't seen it already. And if you have seen that video but you still want more dating advice from me, I don't know if you know this, but I have a dating advice daily email that I send out every single day. So there are times where I don't post a video for a week, maybe a month, maybe 2 months if I'm really lazy. That's because these videos take a lot of work. Writing out an email with a little bit of advice, it is so easy for me to do. It doesn't take much time at all. And it's a way that I can help you guys become the most attractive version of yourselves in the quickest time possible, because I just want to send you as much information as I can. So that's where I like to share a lot of the tips and tricks that I don't necessarily post on YouTube for one reason or another. So if you're not on that email list right now, you are missing out on advice every single day of the week. 7 days a week, not 5, not 6, 7 days a week. I am sending you an email with dating advice to improve your life. So, if that is something that you want to be a part of and you don't want to miss out on tomorrow's email, feel free to click the link in the description down below and you're gonna get a little bonus as soon as you sign up as well. So there are your options. You can either, number one, check out my video on how to make a guy jealous, or number two, you can join the rest of us that are on the email squad. But anyway, guys, I will let you make your decision now, and I will see you in just a second. Peace.